Alrighty. Let's see if everything's working. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect, and welcome to the Thursday night edition of the live stream. And hopefully everything is okay. Everything's looking good. Let's see. Let's turn this down so we can hear that. I don't know how I can basically transfer the audio to this, but you know. And it seems everything's going good. You see everything's going online. What's up, Dragon Slayer? How you doing? See all that stuff. Let's see if it's working here. And boom, here we are. If y'all want to, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this is going to work. What's up, RJ? How you doing? I'm doing a live stream, and am doing, and by we see the to see the live stream and stuff like that. I am doing this via the. They're gonna see if I can try to do any voice chatting on the Discord and such. I think let's see if see Dragon Slayer's on the Discord. See if we can set that up because I'm already on the voice channel on the live stream. I only got like four spots, so yeah. And by the way, you will see the Discord link in the description. If you want to join in and have the fun, go ahead, join the Discord over here. And let's see if I can. Put an invite here on the stream on the reply all chats here, so you can just have more people join in into the. Oh, whoa, wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry. God dang it. I thought I had it right. Ignore that, ladies and gentlemen. That is the YouTube thing. So, god damn, I screwed up. Let me just get the Discord chat here. Okay, just use the copy button here. And here we are. There's the Discord thing. So you can go and join the Discord. If you want to join the Discord and click on the right stuff here and join me in the voice chat. All right, then. And if you want to join me in the voice chat, the live stream thing on here, and go ahead and talk, and we can actually do stuff like that. But if not, that's okay. You have the chat room right here, so you can go and chat and do all the type of stuff here. And until then, let's go and look at the select slots and go. We're going to be continuing our game through Starlink and everything else. So hopefully everything is worked out here. And questions, all that good stuff. Go right ahead to talk. Well, just ignore the other thing here. Let me see if I can delete this. The other thing here. I'll remove that. There he is. Boom. Remove that. There you are. And here it is. And the other thing right there. If you want to go and do all the stuff here. Let's see if I can remove that. No, it's there forever on the chat here. Oh, it's in. All right. So, wow, I got a ton. Let's see. Oh, crushing ammo. Let's see. Oh, I gotta wait till I can. And over. Let's see. Go to loading, and let's see if I can. What type of stuff I can add to it? Is ship. Okay, move here. Let's see any new stuff here that's gonna be good enough to increase anything. Let's see. Looks like I increase the energy. And last but not least. Ooh, more. Hey, stronger defense. Oh, I can't move that, so dang it. Alright. Speed booster. Let's see. Speed boosters. Okay, let's see. Flamethrower. Let's see if anything is good here I can put in. Was it all worth it? Ooh, right there. That's nice. All right. And there we are. And there we are. And everything else. Got Scott the Testor from the Periscope. Let's see. Where should we go? Let's see. Go here. Before we can do anything else, let's see. We can do anything else. Let's see. Okay. All right. And let's take some stuff here. And hopefully everything is working out on the and everything else. So again, you want to ask questions or do anything else?
Come here. Let's dance. Hey, what gives? I'll scrap you for that. Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
Oh no, I'm fine. Ooh.
Pretty warm.
Oh dear. All right, let's redub this.
Those losers won't be back anytime soon. Good work.
Take that.
Take this last one. Right there. Oh, you want to play? Oh dear. Come on. Come on. Let's want to play, baby. Let's see. Let's party. Woo! One more. Oh.
Man, you flattened those creeps.
And now we got one thing down here, by the way. Yeah, the voice chat. Cool, man. I can't wait you can join there. It's live on my Discord, so hey, it's free to go up there. And okay, before we go continue our mission, let's get our ships back. Was it all worth it? Was it all worth it? Yes, a worthwhile experience. Haha. Yeah, I've been listening to some Queen today.
Starlink on deck. Understood. Fleet repair underway. We'll get you back up to fighting strength.
And now? What do we get? Nice.
They can't take much more.
Yes, take him down.
Nice try.
Goodbye. Up, over, and gone.
Probe detected. Probe destroyed.
And there it goes. And now we will go here. Away from the primes. Because I am not messing up any prime. Let's see, look at this. Level 15? Nope. I'm not messing anything that high of a level. You understand? Best thing you can do in that situation is to not, the old saying, hey, best thing to do is not to play. You understand? Like, sometimes it's best not to screw around. The smart thing to do is just like, you know what? Let the thing, just wear it down with wear down the power of these things. Take out the nodes. Take out the M colonies, and after that, next thing you know, they're gonna be like, whew.
I got no control.
So yeah, break them down bit by bit by bit. That's what you gotta do. That's what you have to do. Wear them down. Wear them down. Wear them down. The worst thing you can do is to just go rushing out into trouble. That's the thing. You never want to do that.
The extractor is vulnerable. Target the main structure.
All right. You know what we're doing, and boom. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, okay now, but you want to be someone else first because right next to a Christian debating what soon to be an atheist. Oh, okay. I don't know, but it's probably some just person who's just really into science and everything else because there are Christian scientists, Christian scientists and such who want to go into the truth and everything. Let's say, not to say there aren't any atheists or anything else out there. So that's what I'm trying to, I'm saying that, but it is probably going to be some person who is in the atheist persuasion. But hey, at this point, I honestly don't care anymore about the whole atheist and the Christian debate. That's like so 2010. I mean, wow, man, that is a throwback of a throwback.
Uplink established. Breaching Legion memory bank. Remain nearby to maintain connection. Caution. Legion forces on arrival.
Ooh.
Hack successful. Legion
Ooh.
received and processed.
That memory bank just got us the location of an extractor. It'll be on your star map.
Alrighty. Bit by bit. Let's take things down. That's interesting. I'd be interested to talk about, but hey, I think people who are a lot more smarter and wiser than no offense, but college students, I don't think it would be a long or interesting debate. Just be a long type of stuff. But who knows? Maybe that would be an interesting thing to talk about. But anyway, let's get back to this. Starlink, back and forth. Oh, crap.
Extractor node down.
One more. Let's see. Boom. And now... there it is. Takedown. Continue up.
Outlaw hostiles detected.
Oh, now you're showing up.
Hey, you! Time to say goodnight. Boom! Take that!
I'm burning up.
We've tracked some outlaws to their hideout. Your map's been updated.
Rogue outlaws eliminated. Nice one. They'll think twice before coming back.
kill.
Legion corruption detected on nearby fauna.
Alright, go away. There we are. And then we scan. Hold on, hold on. Gotcha. And here we wait. Come on.
Partial scan complete. Scan more specimens to complete the DNA profile.
Alright, take this out. A little bit of help.
Legion corruption detected on nearby fauna. Legion probe detected.
Let me take care of this. You know, hey, save the animals and such. And
Probe no longer on scan.
alrighty, now scan.
DNA profile complete. Fauna identified.
Sasquid.
Whoa, that thing is ripped. It's called a Sasquatch. Like Sasquatch, bro. You found alien Sasquatch.
Warning. Gravity damage is ineffective against the enemy. Warning. Cold damage is empowering the enemy.
Ooh boy.
I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah. We mod the ship to make this a let's see, take this in. Alright. That. Okay. Alright. Okay, and let's give me some. Give me some.
Can't move.
No, 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 get away.
That's the right weapon for the job. Keep firing.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Good old fashioned machine guns. All those fellas use a machine gun. Whew. That is always the best way to do it. You know, machine gun. Well, why not? You know, that's. Oh, thank you, prospectors and vigilantes. Oh wait, it was outlaws.
Those
Well, that was fun. Now we'll take you out and put you back in.
I got you in my sights, dirt hog. Danger.
Dude, you're about to be gone. You're done.
Man, you flattened those creeps.
And now
Back anytime.
we got this thing done. Boom. Here we are. One. Oh, that's not bad. Ooh, good, awesome stuff. Yeah, taking down extractors. That's what I love about these vigilante squads. They actually will take down extractors and everything else. You don't have to worry about anything else, so just gonna take those things down, and bada bing, bada boom, we're good.
Nice try.
And it also helps that you're over level too. If you're over level, because you know. Whew. Oh man. There it is. And now. There it is. Distractor gone. Oh, by the way, I love your little post there. It was really good, Dragon Slayer. JL tonight. That's really cool. Couldn't wait to see the finished stuff there. You said that you were looking forward to do a Photoshop of the original version of what Justice League was going to be, which that seems interesting. I can't wait to see the full picture. That looks really fun. Let's see what else we get in door number 1, 2, and 3. I don't need to do your story missions just yet. Let's continue to clean up this place. Clean it up more and more. A little cleanup. Ooh. Booyah. Boom.
Reminder, corrupted Nova samples like this are a valuable resource. It will fetch a high price at any outpost.
Yeah, if I can find any outpost. Alright, hopefully y'all can defend. But I gotta take these things out. Just because the worst, the Prime will take you down, but you know, we'll get you back on your feet.
Extractor detected. Power rating high.
That weapon's doing crazy damage. Keep going.
Eee.
Yes. Fox 1, bad guy 0.
No cover and out.
It's down. It's go time, boys.
Booyah. Keep going and going.
Extractor destroyed.
Vigilante unit reporting. Extractor down. Repeat, extractor down.
Over and over and over again. Scandal. Yes, that is awesome.
Another Warden Spire. Marking on the map. Maybe we can unlock this one too.
Alrighty. Okay. Right. No. Okay. One. Booyakasha! There we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we roll. Aha.
Fascinating. Considering the magnetic fields the spire is generating, it must have had something to do with maintaining the ebb and flow of Tundria's methane oceans.
Legion probe detected. Probe destroyed.
Right then. Booyakasha. Done.
That weapon's doing the...
The sap from a topsy cone like that one is highly valued as an adhesive. I suppose that's good to know.
Wait for it, and there we are. Pick up some more stuff for organics. And we're good. We keep going. We keep grinding, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be, if we keep going this way, we might actually get some stuff done. Like, we actually are getting stuff done. Let's see. We only have four of these to go.
Legion corruption detected on nearby fauna.
Scandal. I don't know how I scanned it, but it worked.
Fauna identified.
Dire horn. Cool. What did people say about the dire horn?
Whoa, a dire horn. Says here they've been known to cause avalanches with the noise from their hoofs. Cool.
Right there. Lay him out. Bit by bit. Bam. There it is. Keep going. Keep grinding, ladies and gentlemen. And then we will continue to make this into a, this plane will be one day will be ours again. Ours.
I'm coming for you, mud rat. Uh-oh, this ain't looking good for you.
I'm on fire!
Bet those guys will think twice before coming back. Nice one.
Over and over and over again. Scandal. Listen to a little bit of Queen. Nothing wrong with that. A whole little sing of and love. They wanna see. Over and over. But yeah, by the way, you need to check out that song Scandal. It does feed what the media is like, how harsh the media is back then and now. It's a good little ditty.
Legion corruption detected on nearby fauna.
And
DNA profile complete. Fauna identified.
huzzah. Let's see what we figure out. Figure this out.
Prospectors call these things tickers. They've
Tickers.
got holes in their shells that they use for breathing. Pretty cool.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, let me just close this door. You might hear like some music. I believe it was Star Trek music. I am not getting a chance to hear, Star Trek's gone through enough. You don't hear, me butchering that theme. Ba 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 da 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 da. Besides, Star Trek is not doing well in the.
This weapon's doing crazy damage. Keep going.
Warning. Cold damage is empowering the enemy.
Nice try.
The fire vortex.
The extractor is vulnerable. Target the main structure.
There it is. Keep going. Keep grinding, people. I don't know why we're not growing. It's odd. It's because we're not doing this.
Swarm detected.
Ugh, they're a real problem. We should clear them out.
Outlaw hostiles detected.
Can't see the imps on your map anymore. You're in the clear.
Hey, that's a nice ship. Think I'll take it.
How about no?
Rogue outlaws eliminated.
Nice one. They'll think
The more outposts we build, the stronger our alliance gets. You're doing good work. Keep it up.
Alrighty, continue this stuff and we keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Everything seems going.
Finally, an intelligent being was beginning to think there weren't any on this world. Confirmed. Ship repairs underway. Nice. We can see further now. Keep helping us out, and I'm sure there's more we can do for you.
Yep, continue to keep going. And more observatories and
Starlink database updated.
Thanks to you, we've got a state-of-the-art facility. The best sensors in Atlas.
and now we keep going and we gotta go to that other place to build another thing. See, this is what I like about observatories. Nothing, things start getting more and more found out. Mhm.
Looks like we need another Starlink tower or two if we're gonna face off against cracks. Make some more friends, and you should be able to build another one in no time.
Nice try.
Another ally. This is so exciting.
Yep,
A few
there it
more
is. And more and more stuff. We keep building and building. Like, it takes a long way, but we get there.
You unload 'em? Hey there, what do you need? Production's gonna be a lot more efficient after this upgrade.
Oh yeah.
That ain't meant for me. Someone else must have ordered it. This facility's top of the line.
And there we are. Top of the line shelf, my friend. Alright, change. Ooh, 6. Let's see. Cool. That means allowing we make to use laser cannons. Cool, so someone else can use them. Alrighty. Right, and there we are. Slowly but surely, we're gonna have all Fox all lined up. Let's see. 13. Okay. We're going to take those two down. Take those two down. And after that, for that, we're going to go and...
Greetings.
Yep, let's get another academy on our side. That is the most important thing we can do right now. More people here. More chance to get inside.
We're low on fresh Legion intel. We identified a down.
I'm on it.
Oh dear. Please don't be anyone near me. Please don't. Oh. There's the prime. Oh. There's a far side of nope. Like I said, I am not fighting that prime until I am 100% sure that I can take him down. And the best way to do that is take care of these archers and then get more allies on my side. And that means... See how far that is.
Warning. Cold damage is empowering the enemy.
God dang it. Well, looks like I can get only chance I can do is round 2, so. Okay. Right, I'm gonna have to take these things down. Crap.
Game over.
Not so fast.
That's the right weapon for the job. Keep firing.
Starlink database updated.
Of course, outlaws. Of course. Of course, it's gonna be outlaws. Oh,
Come here. Let's dance. Ouch. That must have hurt.
I'm lit up.
There it is. Oh, finally. More and more and more we keep going down. See, look at that. And core. Let's decode this.
Warning. Legion reinforcements have arrived.
Come on, get out, get out, get out. Oh, jeez Louise.
Hack successful. Legion data received and processed.
Way to go, Chief. Both of us will be able to keep tabs on Legion targets a lot more easily now.
You got it.
No, before we do that. Let's take this little thing down. Then we go and we cross some cores and we're good. Alright, good on you, Alliance. Good on some vigilante help. Some love there.
Getting cold.
Alright, back me up, guys. Oh, yes.
Strap your nose down. Yes. Fox 1, bad guy 0. Star Fox, warm up on me.
There it is. Last one. Ooh. There it is. Distractor is gone and the planet is looking mighty clear now. And
Legion corruption detected on nearby fauna.
and there it is. Ooh, boy. It's da 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 ba ba da 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 over and over and over again. Scandal da da.
That weapon's doing crazy damage. Keep going.
Ship efficiency improved.
Another tower's up.
There it is.
Starlink reconfiguration is coming along too. Now that we narrowed down the station to Atlas B, I just need to tune the accuracy. But then we should be good to go.
Good to hear. While you're working on that, let's make sure to nail those dreadnoughts. It's not a requirement, but it'll probably make the fight against Grax a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah. Don't want to get caught with our pants down.
No worries there. I haven't been wearing pants this whole time.
Oh, go, Levi.
We talked about this.
All right, and now more observatories, and we are going to build some more observatories and see.
Oh, hello. Don't mind me, just laboring away at the
Yeah.
discovery. Confirmed. Ship repairs underway. This upgrade will greatly increase our visibility.
There it is. Continue to grow our, visibility to see everything. All right, let me change the loadout. Got my deliver this and the last final upgrade. Yeah, look at that. From 100 now, look at 8%. See, look at that. Heck, you see how this is. Look at this. We have the planet is getting much more. See, there's nowhere to hide. Wee do da da da.
Corruption detected on nearby fauna.
Oh, great. He built one. So now he's back to 12. I just got this planet nice and clean. So I'm going to make sure this is.
Legion probe detected. Probe destroyed.
It's down. Nice try. Starfox, warm up on you.
There it is. No one take boom boom. Another one bites the dust. And now more weak. He's gonna be a lot more weaker. And this is gonna be more weaker. That means I can easily take him down. Old Duke CT is ready for a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, see how powerful you really are. With all your bells, no whistles, nothing.
Gonna make you pay.
Dang straight, brother. Let's see if I can do it just right. Open it.
It's opening. Hit the faceplate.
Starfox,
There it is. Thank you, Star Fox button. Easy win button. And now, So let's go and finally take the root of the problem down. The imp swarm.
Imp hive detected.
Please stop attacking me.
Nice try.
Target eradicated.
Nice. Looks like a great spot.
To anyone receiving this, I'm stranded. Help me.
Observatory online.
Yep, more observatories.
Cores with you.
Keep building.
We'd be happy to purchase some if you're selling. Welcome, welcome. Out there enjoying the wonders of Atlas, I trust?
All right.
Too kind, friend. With this prime core, our facility will reach new heights of scientific and technological
And now let's see.
Thank you.
Look at this. We continue to have every little.
Starlink database updated.
All right. And repair.
Thank you so much. Now I can return to my studies.
Let's see. Equinox. Oh, all right. Let's see. Well, we got enough. So. Yeah, we upgraded everything. All right. So now everything is okay.
All right, boys. I'm on approach to the ice brig.
Take care now. If that prospector machine came from here, Wolf's henchmen might still be lurking.
Yeah,
Of course.
I'll keep an eye on my G diffuser. Never know when I'll need a jet.
Of course.
Look! Hello?
Oh, wow. Everyone's been locked up. This is interesting.
Are those the researchers from Haven?
You found them.
They're locked behind some kind of shield. Can you hack it, Slippy?
Can I ever? Connect to that terminal. I can decode it from here. It's working. It might take a little time to break through.
Of course.
Hold up. The flags. That's Wolf.
Now, be polite, little dogs, and destroy them.
All right.
It's a trap. You got enemies incoming.
Move those frog fingers, Slippy.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Keep on it, Slip. We'll just have to fight them off for now.
Right there. Good job reflecting. I keep remember. I gotta remember. I gotta have that.
Hack successful. Access granted.
Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Perhaps I'll do this my way.
Hey, our beef's not with you. We're just looking for Wolf.
And you thought you'd find him here? That fool Cash played his role better than I thought.
What? Look, I don't know what Wolf promised you, but I'm telling you, it's not worth it.
The expedition sought to limit my ambition as well, but I'll never surrender, especially not to the likes of you.
All right. Well, you won't want to listen to reason. Well, listen to my vortex. Now my cortex vortex, but you know that will happen eventually.
Learn to give up.
I'm beating you. Let's get you right here.
No, no, no.
Yes, yes, yes.
be weeks to find new researchers.
Okay.
Team, report.
The hack is complete. Now let's go free those researchers.
And there we are. Saved the day, as well as I should. And that's how I roll, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I roll.
Find Legion. We told them Ashar's a good bet, but I didn't realize they'd make us work there. Next to those horrifying cell blocks, no less. And for a prospector.
Okay. Oh.
Sounds like Wolf's got a big operation on Ashar.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
We got our next target, boys.
In other words, this was all just a trap.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Wolf knows we're here.
We're here.
Of course.
And our next fight may be the hardest of all.
To Ashar.
Starlink database updated.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a new planet. Let's do this. Request a mission.
For me.
I've spotted an old Frontier satellite array near you. If you can reactivate it,
I'm all over it.
Alright. First, let's reactivate this satellite. The satellite.
you'll have to spot the main dish and hack that one.
Do, 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 da, 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 da.
I'm coming for you, mud brat. You like that?
Ooh.
Nice one. Those chumps will think twice before they come back.
It's getting too hot.
Yeah, you're going down.
I'm lit up. I'm in trouble.
Whee! Alright, and that's.
Way to deal with those morons. Kick them back into space. You did good.
Yeah, you're mine.
Oh, one more second.
Hack successful. Access granted.
Okay, data from the dish is coming in. Man, there's a ton of stuff out there in space. Check it out on your map.
Hey, it's what I do.
Alliance maximize. Alliance maximize. Yeah, let's take out this Empire. Look at this. Almost.
Imp hive detected. Target eradicated.
Just in case.
Armory ready for deployment.
You never know. You always want to have these type of things built up. Always have an armory. Always have someone there to make sure everything just goes according to plan.
Ready for deployment.
Right?
Understood. Fleet repair underway. We'll get you back up to fighting strength.
And thus, here we are. Back. Look at that, all cleaned out. Let's see, double missiles. Yep. Fast travel. Booyasha. Booyasha. That's nice. Beautiful stuff. Let's take these guys out. Alrighty.
Warning. Incoming outlaw hyperspace trap.
Everyone look alive. We've got a visitor. Oh, you're gonna regret ever coming here, my juicy little friend. Get him.
They'll be defending the base with mounted turrets. Take them out.
You've got some fight in you, do ya? Well, guess what? So do we. Get him.
Man, they really don't like it when you shoot those. Means you're doing it right.
Got a lock on him. Eject. You like that?
Woo. I just love being higher level. It's just like, ooh, you can't sweat the sauce up, but you can get a little bit overconfident, a little cocky.
Yeah, you're mine. Can't hit me. I got him. I'm out of here. I can see I'm going to need to step in here. Enjoy these last few moments of life, friend.
They don't want you getting into that entrance. Clear them all out.
Yeah, you're going down. Easy pickings.
You just think that.
I'm out. I got him. Ouch. That must have hurt. You win. I'm out of here. Oops. Did I get you?
Hello, Dragon Slayer. Let's see. Oh, let me just see if you're coming through in the stream. Let's see. Let's see if everything is working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you from the phone. Well, I have the Discord app while I have the watching the stream on TV. Let me see. Turn the volume up for a sec.
Okay. Yep. Looks like everything's working. Can you hear me? And hopefully the stream is working. So if you're, hopefully everything is going according to plan. Not what? Let's see. Oh, move up. There it is. Because I wanted to try this many moons ago and see if it works. If it works, it's great. If not, I can always, redrig and redo all the things I need to do. So I'm not too worried or panicking. It's not, seems everything is according to plan. Because I am set everything up.
I just want to test to see if my voice can be lowered as well.
Okay. Let me just see. All right. Go ahead and start talking, Dragon Slayer.
Set everything up. Well, my voice seems to be on very low on the stream.
I'm sorry. Son, let me just fix that one quick second. Okay. How's that? I think that's a little bit better. Say something. Let me say something. Say something. Sorry. Son, let me just fix that one quick second.
Let me see.
Okay. It looks like it's working.
The TV I'm watching is a little bit behind, so I'd have to wait a few seconds.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it looks like it's working now.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. All right. Let's see. Just everything seems to be working perfectly. So how you doing, man? How you doing?
Well, I think I'm doing good. Dude, I've been so today, like in a good way.
Yeah, I've been pretty well. About to put up my podcast. Again, did recently got over 50,000 downloads. The plan is hopefully by next year, I will have at least by 100,000 downloads. And if I can get at least 100,000, maybe I can get some more guests. Maybe more high-powered guests. Maybe like some artists, comic book artists, stuff like that. That's what I would love to see in the future. Whoa. Nope. Don't want to get to the mines. And man, also this weekend I'm gonna try to do a little bit of, not just stream, but I'm gonna finish writing and my next Ratchet and Clank Secret Agent Clank review. Got the footage on there. Let me just replay the game again, and just get the frustrations down. Write all the stuff down, and then after that, get the notes done. And after that, I could just sit there and just finish writing the review. That's the plan. I can just sit back and just do the review, and then move on to Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Ooh, that's a double Remy. And after that, Bound for Glory, and hopefully I can finish all that before December, and then let's see if I can do that. Then we can see. We'll have some type of finish up my review of Santa's Little Helper. That was from last year, and I can see I got the script and everything ready. I just need to do that and just re-edit some things, re-look at some stuff, and boom. I still got the DVD, so I think I'd be just fine there. And I can just, cut, do all that good stuff, and got all the video and audio there. So that's the plan for me this next 2 months if things go according to plan, and hopefully pass the remaining stuff in my classes and all the other things. All before I head off and have my little Christmas vacation, which is always, sit back and have a nice little sit back and be with the family, which is always a good thing. With a family vacation. That's the plan. So, what are you going to be doing next couple of weeks, Dragon Slayer?
Well, I'm probably gonna be just studying homework, making sure I pass the classes I have right now.
So, I heard you. I looked at the stuff there. You were talking about in not only just the CCS stream, but not the Discord, but also like something about Square Enix like giving a games for service thing.
Like that article's title was a little clickbaity, so take it with a grain of salt. However, the article that will interest me the most was the whole financial loss they suffered recently. Because if you haven't heard already, there's this Square made this division earlier this year called Luminous Productions that was originally headed by the director of Final Fantasy 15, but he resigned. He resigned pretty recently, not long.
Oh yeah, I heard about this, and he was, I think, not only resigned, but also, I hear they pretty much like couldn't finish any of the DLC from 15.
He also resigned from Square Enix, so
and yeah, I'm not really surprised at that because Square Enix is just so much of a mess. Oop. Okay.
And like this financial loss, like basically, as I was saying, the Luminous Productions, what it was gonna be is they were not only gonna make games, but they were also gonna make content of other forms of entertainment like movies and such. But Square Enix,
Lord, did Square Enix get into movies again?
Square Enix recently decided to shift focus to just have them make games rather than focus on only games instead. And because of that, they lost a reported 33 million, which kind of makes you wonder what was they planning on doing at Luminous Productions if they lost that much money from shifting focus within 1 year, no less.
That's the thing, is how much money, how much time and energy that they put into these products. That's going to be the main question about Square and everything else. Is because we've seen this dance before. I mean, heck, Final Fantasy 14, I believe, that had like that major screw up. That was so bad, that was so terrible.
They had to remake the game from scratch.
And how much money is that went against that? How much money did they lose because of that? That's my question.
Yeah. I can't answer that, unfortunately, but
yeah.
Let my roommate came back. But like the thing about Square Enix is that from that clickbaity article I mentioned about the games as a service, apparently, if it ends up being true, it looks like basically Square Enix will try to they're probably gonna focus more on a lot of DLC and digital distribution and maybe possibly subscriptions for their core games. Again, it'll look clickbaity, but it seems like an interesting note is that apparently the mobile game side of things have underperformed this year, not exactly as well as they'd like to. Which, keep in mind, Square Enix is a Japanese company, and mobile gaming in Japan has become more popular.
Yeah, it's always been popular because of the mobile game industry in Japan. The mobile game industry, because of the size of no one's going to get those big consoles,
And not to mention, people in Japan tend to work a lot, and they also travel a lot by train. Or, well, they do use cars, obviously, but they do
Their public transportation is a lot better than most of us in the West.
yeah. Well, that's mainly because in America we more prioritize cars as transportation.
Yeah, and you know.
While in other places, like say England, you're like even though you will be using a car, you'll probably also likely be using a train. So basically, that's why mobile gaming is very appealing in Japan, because of those factors.
Yeah. I just think that you know, I think this is you know, I think when you look at what's going on with Square Enix right now, I think it's a bit of the chickens coming home to roost. They did not really do a pretty good job building up their own stuff. They have, you know, been tormenting and destroying their own franchise in Final Fantasy. The lateness of their games, you know, how long they, you know, put their, like, okay, we have all these type of things, and I'm like, when are you gonna release them? And heck, what about that big demo they used to show off? You know about that dude with the like, you know, this you know, you showed that like that one person and getting this like red cape. It's saying he has this power. Like, oh, this shows us our new gaming. And I'm like, okay, that's nice.
Well,
but
that was always more of a tech demo. That wasn't really a game project.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. They show tech demos over and over again, and you're like, wait, what are you gonna do with it? And I still haven't seen anything for that tech demo.
Well, I don't think that was meant to be a full-fledged game. Like, that was
no, I'm talking about like the use of the engine. I wonder when's.
Well, they've been using the engine mostly with Final Fantasy 15. I don't know if I heard this correctly, but they might have also used Unreal 4 for Kingdom Hearts. They might have actually used Luminous engine. I'm not. I might have read something wrong, but like with Kingdom Hearts 3, like Nomura Tetsuo even said that he feels they announced that game too early. It was announced like back in 2013.
That was something they should be working on. In fact, funny enough, Final Fantasy 15 started out as Final Fantasy Versus 13. That was originally going to be another sequel to Final Fantasy 13, and I'm like,
it wasn't going to be a sequel. It basically what Square wanted to do for the PS3, Xbox 360 era was like they wanted to do like a little sub franchise within Final Fantasy called Fabula Nova Chrysalis. Well, like they came up with this kind of god mythology lore. And they would basically incorporate elements of that in these loosely connected games that don't really have anything to do with each other, but share the same mythology elements, with Final Fantasy 13 being the big flagship of that. And Type 0 was actually part of that, and Type 0 was originally called Agito 13, but I guess I'm gonna assume because of the polarizing reception of 13, even though it sold a lot, although most Final Fantasies tend to sell a lot, especially when they're the first entry for a new console generation, but like, I'm thinking that caused them to kind of slowly ditch the Fabula Nova Chrysalis plan.
Yeah, like Fabula Nova Crystallis, that's what I've heard pronounced as, but I mean, the sales just kept getting lower and lower, actually, right?
Well, like could you repeat that?
I think the sales got lower and lower.
Well, like, yeah, with the Final Fantasy 13 sequels. Well, like, the thing is, I think a lot of that was more that people didn't want to see a sequel to Final Fantasy 13, because you also have 10-2, which people liked 10-2, but they weren't really that interested in a sequel to Final Fantasy 10. Well, like Final Fantasy 10-2 didn't sell nearly as much as 10. Also, and even though 10 was popular title with the fans. But like I think with the thing with Final Fantasy 13 is that they kind of try to sell these as like the next big games, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Even though
they wanted to make it into a big
even though they
series.
clearly lowered the budget with each entry.
I look at it as a pretty much when I look at the franchise of Final Fantasy. I know someone I'm not really into it. They just went into these weird directions, and to a point that they forgot about how to use like role playing, and something that people have, again, that's how they've lost interest. Parents have lost it. Heck, I mean, before the collections came out, I didn't even care about Kingdom Hearts. I did not care for it. I was like, I moved on. And most of the people in the fandom moved on.
Well, to be fair, like they were basically making a bunch of Kingdom Hearts spin-offs, so I'm not sure if anyone really knew if there was gonna be a Kingdom Hearts 3 beforehand. But.
And shout out to them basically putting them all those spin-offs right on like different consoles at the time. You want to see the sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories? Yeah, get a Game Boy Advance. You want to get, and then, my goodness, people were lost. Were frustrated at the, like, oh my goodness, was frustrated because, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, well, what is all this? PlayStation 13. Why do I have to buy a console, a miniature console and such, to fit into the story? That sort of thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, like the funny thing about Chain of Memories is that not long after Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, they actually made a PS2 remake of Chain of Memories.
Oh yeah, and after that.
Fog's really thick, but I'm pretty sure these readings indicate a massive Legion presence.
Yeah, definitely. Well, putting it all putting all the games in like in smaller put together packages. Well, I guess not smaller, but like putting them in like packages, bundles, I guess I could say, on the same consoles was a good choice on Square's part.
Yeah, and you had to wait till like when it got to the PS4 and PS, to finally get everything. And I'm happy for that. But I'm sit here as someone who has played through the series, and it still doesn't make any sense, by the way. You have to look and see how people are like, they've moved on from the series. And I'm not really like, if they moved on from the series, I can't really be upset at them. Because, let's be honest, why would be the reason for them to stay into the series? What would be a reason to stay into the series?
Money. Well, that's why money.
No, I'm talking about fans.
Oh, you mean fans? I thought you were talking about
Square Enix. Yeah, I mean. I am not facing no Prime yet, lady.
The reason for the fans to stay is to see how Nomura Tetsuro's retconning plot lines.
I've given up on the story, like when it was just I couldn't even get up. After Kingdom Hearts 2, I was like, okay, I'll give a chance, and then Chain of Memories came in, and I gave up because basically after everything that was happening to Sora, it meant nothing. You as the player knew what was going on, but as Sora and says, oh, thank Nominate. Nominate, that's not going to help anything because Sora's not going to know who Nominate is. And it's just going to be like, okay, what's the point? I don't know who Nominate is. I don't know who these characters are. If the character doesn't know who these people are, then why should I care? Why should I actually continue to care about these? If Sora's not gonna care about these characters, why should I be invested? At this point, when I look at Square Enix and such, and the current Kingdom Hearts, it's just gameplay at this point, because they have written themselves into such a bad corner of these stories and such. It's supposed to be
just
simple
like
and clean, as the song would go, but it's not as simple or clean, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, like with Final Fantasy, I don't think it's not so much diminishing sales with the games, because like I think if I recall correctly, Final Fantasy 15 did sell a lot, but like it's a lot of it I think is like fan interest. It seems to be declining. Like especially if that makes sense, like
Yeah.
especially like with Final Fantasy 15 constant. Well, Final Fantasy 15 wasn't exactly the most polished game ever upon release.
And that's why I waited till when it came out, you know, when I will wait to it when it gets completed. I hate that in gaming now that you have to wait to the 100% finished completion. That's why I barely buy any new games. That's why I'm probably gonna wait till I get Spider-Man or anything else till it's 100% done, or I get the Game of the Year edition. I mean, what's the point of buying a brand new game? I mean, heck, this is the most recent new game I'm gonna get, Starlink, and if it's moderate hit, but I would not be surprised there's gonna be a DLC for it. But I think the way I play now, it's I think I'm like the way it's playing right now, I think I think I made a pretty good purchase, but I can see why some people would say this is like frustrating. Why I don't want to buy new games, because it's just what's the point of buying new games when you're just gonna be like, oh, you understand what I'm saying, Drag Slayer? Like, okay, you got full DLCs and content. You're like, what's the point of buying this stuff?
And like another thing with like Final Fantasy 15 is that even the story was missing parts. Like they literally not only they also took part of the story that was useful for knowing into a separate movie.
Oh yeah, and
separate CGI movie.
Oh, goodness gracious. So the most important thing that was important to the plot, they actually said, let's put it into a movie. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like people are automatically going to have to watch the movie. Oh, wait, people might not want to watch the movie.
It was like to make you, it was something that would make you, that was important and would make you more invested. It's like, covers over, like, one, you learn more about Noctis's country and you see how it gets invaded.
Well, yeah, but that's the problem. Is that why should I, you're like, wait, why should I care? Again, it doesn't make any sense, because I'm like, why should I care when you put this important stuff in that's not in the game? You're putting this like the most important this type of backstory into another part of a franchise, trying to be, honestly, it's the MCUing of this stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, we had to put this stuff here. We had to put that stuff here. Instead of just sit there.
Honestly, I'd say Square Enix is closer. If we're making that comparison, I'd say Square is closer to say DC films. Like,
to be fair, no. DC films actually had a hit, and actually people actually like to see DC.
I mean more like DC films had a period where like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I think they're doing things better now. In fact, we'll probably talk about a little bit DC later if you want. But yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, man. It just seems so scatterbrained, scattershot. That's what it is. They're so scattershot with the story. I truly think the best way for a story like 15. I don't really talk about the story or anything else, and not into it. But I'm like, wait, you put this important dialogue, this important stuff about why we're doing this, and how the character is. You put it outside of the story. I'm like, that makes no sense.
Well, yeah. Like, I think like Square Enix's approach with Final Fantasy in general.
Oh, I hate when this happens. We can't do anything. Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people say like Final Fantasy is always about trying new things. To an extent, that is true. They always try to do new, but like, even then there was like a consistency.
Yeah, there's
I'm not
consistency.
trying to say this is a bad thing. It's just it feels like you kind of see a, but like when you like see them like, for instance, like switch in this in this game we're doing turn based. Oh, in this game we're gonna try like a real time menu based combat. On this one we're doing like a turn based as combat where you can only control one character. And this one's gonna be an action game because we had to spin off with the line for a while, and we don't know what else to do with the series. So I guess it's an action game because that's what the spin-off was. Like, does what I'm saying make sense?
Yeah, that's what the problem is that they have no idea what they're doing, and I'm pretty much, I am done. See, and boom.
And and Momoa Tetsuo is was kind of to blame, somewhat to blame for 15 being so long in pre-production, because like he would change his mind constantly. Like at one point he wanted to make Final Fantasy 15 or was it 13 into a musical game type RPG game when he saw Les Mis Blaze.
Yeah, I wanted to make it to a musical.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I'm just like a musical because just when I think of, I just like, why were you gonna do that to a, you know, a series like that? It just doesn't click, you know, unless you really are going to do something like something that is like, wow, I want to go see this, you know. I just don't think a musical at this point in you know, a game. I think a musical game could work. Something in the terms of musical can good, but it just, to me, when you think Final Fantasy, you think of these big, expansive worlds, you know, and crap, could be right. You know, big, important worlds, big, expansive worlds, and stupid things. All right.
If you hear anything in the background, it's because I'm eating a bit.
Yeah, no problem. That's all right. But yeah, it's so far so good. Everything is working out, other than me basically getting my butt kicked here. But well, let's see. You know, it's just adapting and surviving, and that's how I do these things. And boom goes dynamite. Finally.
Yeah, something else I wanted to mention related to like the Square Enix taking a long time to finish their games. Like, keep in mind that the Final Fantasy VII remake, in the original plan, as Nomura Tetsuo was claiming, was supposed to come out this year. Like, I thought that meant that the episode 1 was gonna come out this year because they wanted to do the episodic format, or like the whole game was supposed to come out this year, but like it was supposed to come out this year, but they had to delay it because for some reason they thought outsourcing such a huge project to a small studio that never worked on anything on such a scale was a good idea.
Is this Square Enix or EA?
Well, I guess it was a studio that did the Dukect game, so I guess they thought that with experience, I guess they thought they would be experienced enough, but like, well, I guess the Final Fantasy VII remake just proved too much. Like, the work was apparently deemed to be unusable. Like, they moved production entirely in-house and had to hire new staff members to work on the game. And keep in mind that Nomura Tetsuo didn't even know he was gonna be directing the game until it was announced publicly. Are you still there?
Oh yeah, just listen to you. Us. Okay, there it is. Plug front. There it is. A little bit of a.
And well, like the funny thing about all the shenanigans is that like we've seen Square have successful titles, and we've still seen Square Enix have successes. Like 15 still sold a lot, but like the newest Dragon Age 11, newest Dragon Age game, Dragon Age 11.
Yeah.
Like not only it had the biggest launch in the franchise, and well, granted it had already been released in Japan where it sold like at least 2 million, but like its total sales right now is 4 million world copies sold worldwide. And there was also Octopath Traveler for the Switch, which was apparently successful enough to where they wanted to make more games like that for the Switch.
Again, when they are, I think the reason why they do is because they they found out they have care and time and effort. That is what the when you have Square Enix there, it's like you gotta have time and effort, and I think that right there, if you have time and effort and you build things up the right way, you can accomplish great and beautiful things. And that's the thing with you can look at other things that they rush. Everyone's rushing or doing things to trying to catch lightning in the bottle. But if you sat there, you're looking, say, you know what, let's sit back and do some, you look at DC films. They should have just sat back and not really rushed Batman into the DCEU. They should have just sat back and said, you know what, let's just do another Man of Steel, move on. But instead, what they did, which was pretty stupid, was force everything else. And even though, like I said, I do enjoy Batman v Superman, the non-director cut and the director's cut. I enjoy both of these type of that sort of thing.
Well,
there it is. But yeah, but again, you rush.
It ended up being a mistake on Warner Brothers' part to not have done the George Miller Justice League movie, because they put. Well, obviously that would have meant different movies would have been made since then.
Yeah, I think George Miller's movies would have been interesting.
Of Marvel. Granted, it would be jumping straight to a Justice League movie instead of a setup, but like I've listened to a table read of the George Miller script, and it seems like it would have done just enough to introduce audiences.
Yeah, I think personally, a lot of people say, "Oh, they should have done a Wonder Woman first." I'm like, I can see that, but I'm like, no, I think they should have just sat back. I honestly think they should do something even more crazy. You want to hear what I think they should have done?
What?
I say they should have done a JLA movie. They should have done stuff with the JLA. I think they should have just started there and just built up from the JLA, the JSA to the from the JSA to the JLA. And then you have to slowly build with the with the characters, that sort of thing. Because beating up Nazis and that sort of thing, that would have been a pretty good thing. Back in World War II, start there, then introduce like Wonder Woman and all the characters like in the 60s, 70s, like the 80s, 90s stuff, the younger version of Bruce Wayne, Superman stuff. Start when the trilogy is starting. Then you have the JSA break down. Then they come in and take they see what their mistakes were. The JSA's mistakes, say they got a little too greedy, got too big for their britches and that sort of thing. And they said to remember to keep themselves humble, always try to be honest with each other, that sort of thing. And you can still do stuff like Identity Crisis and such, which I think you can strip it down instead of the whole Dr. Light stuff. I think you can strip it down and do a murder mystery with superheroes, Why not? I think you could do something like that. That would be actually more interesting, and stuff like that. We've never seen that before. A good murder mystery highlights, say, Batman, and all the other detective characters in the superhero in the whole DC universe and such. Maybe introduce Detective Chimp. Introduce these other big characters who knows about the whole stuff about how this murder mystery has how this thing built itself up, and we don't know who did it. And I don't know, have Captain Atom be a part of this whole, since he was going to be a villain, I believe, in the DC lore, I believe, right? And such.
Did you say Black Adam?
No, not Black Adam, but I said Captain Adam. I gotta look this up before we do anything.
I think most of my DC knowledge comes from Batman the Brave and the Bold. Because I don't read much comics. Most of my DC knowledge comes from episodes I've seen of the Justice League cartoon and the Batman animated series and Batman Brave and the Bold. Because Batman Brave and the Bold had Batman team up with a little DC hero.
He is a DC hero that is one of the most powerful ones, and he is a very powerful, very government leader type of stuff. He's a follower, that type of stuff. He's a military stuff, and you can set up the story of him being the bad guy. Say, this leaguer is not. He's annoyed by him. He's doing the you build him up doing not say he kills off another but lower end hero, but someone that actually people like the top people like, and he didn't know he's trying to cover up his tracks, make sure he didn't use his powers, something like that type of thing. And the thing is, you have to make sure it's a shock that sure he could have done it, but you're surprised by it. You see, even though he's a bit of hard ass, he is really good. But in the end, you could just say, oh yeah, he became I think the villain Monarch. By the way, I'm looking this up on Wikipedia, so again, I'm not that type of knowledgeable.
It kind of reminded me of a superhero pitch YouTuber I watch had for Gold Booster, is that his name? Gold Booster? Booster Gold.
Oh, Booster Gold. Now, that's a guy I honestly surprised they didn't have a movie about him yet. Heck, I actually have an idea about who should play him. But,
basically, this YouTuber I watched, his idea for a Booster Gold movie was kind of treat him like the Tom Cruise type asshole character that Tom Cruise would play back in the 80s and 90s, and then have him because Booster, I only know this from Batman Brave and the Bold, that Booster Gold's whole thing is that he's from the future and he's trying to get famous.
He is a complete prick, and that's in the comics too. In fact, in the comics, believe it or not, he tried to save Reagan, I believe, or JFK, but he said he'll do it before cash. Yeah, he's that type of dude, But he is good, and he has a great partner in Booster Gold. And thing is, Booster Gold's a legacy character. He had Dan Garrett first, then after Dan Garrett, then he took up the mantle, and after that, which funny enough, back in the day, Booster Gold was as popular as Superman. No joke. He was right up there in the that type of. He was that well known back in the day.
Whereas today, not as many people read comics, even if
they're
based off a extremely popular character.
Whew. And there it is. Take them down to this thing
and basically in this Booster Gold pitch, it would have his idea was I already talked about have him as the Tom Cruise asshole character. What I forgot to mention was that have his idea was have it as the movie as said movie goes on, have him slowly develop into a good character in the sense of him like actually caring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Eventually he does, and thanks to the partnership of him and believe it or not, Booster Gold and I think Blue Beetle, they had a pretty good run, and I think they still have a good run as well. But it's, you know,
Hey there. Still bringing the fight to the robots? Acknowledged. We'll get your fleet gassed up and spit shined in no time.
okay, let's see. All right, let me upgrade you. One more. There we go. There it is. More upgrades and more ways to make my, increase my headache. Because, again, the best thing to do is build up the forces in this game and let them take down all the extractors and everything else. So, build up your forces. That's what I say in this game. But, yeah, go ahead. Back to your point, man. I feel like I'm stepping on your toes a bit.
It's fine. Like, I unfortunately don't have much else to say about comic book movies, because...
I'm sitting here. Have you decided to get the DC Universe a spin? The streaming service?
I haven't really checked out the...
I think I like... it's actually pretty good. I like some of the stuff. It's the they have the library is pretty good. You got like Batman, the anime. You have all the stuff here, including underrated cartoon, Legion of Superheroes. Really good series, by the way. Seriously.
Was that a Kids WB cartoon?
Yes, the last Kid WB cartoons.
Like when I was a kid, my
family... Oh, and I'm done.
And my family didn't really get cable until later on, so... Honestly, like the cartoons I'd watch were either on PBS Kids or Kids W. And I remember watching League of Superheroes on Kids WB.
Yeah.
It's the one where Superman is brought to a young Superman's brought to the future to help out with a future team of superheroes, right?
Yep, and that was the original concept of it. The original concept of the comic, but it's long since changed. By the way, now they have their own team, their own identity, and I haven't read a comic. I need to look that up. I heard it's actually the comics are pretty decent, so I will probably check that out eventually. See how that is, how that type of story builds itself up. Because again, I would love to read about the best Legion stories. There's some good stuff too. Oh boy, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, that's right on my side. Level 2. Again, always, if you can find a way to level up early, do it often, because you never know you're going to face things like this in any game. But DC Universe fun. And honestly, I'm going to say this, even though I didn't buy the service because of this, because this show, this show, because honestly, the shows I bought it for was for Young Justice and Swamp Thing, which that's looks to be really good more and more over time. But Titans is actually getting good. I'm actually liking Titans. You should check. Because actually the show is actually pretty good.
How often does Titans go into the edgelord channel?
It does, but the last couple of episodes it actually toned it down. It toned down the edgelordness, except Robin and everything. And Starfire is still in that terrible costume. Hopefully that changes in the later.
I thought they gave her a new costume because I saw that photo you once posted.
Oh yeah, she's going to put in a new costume, hopefully soon. That's the plan, hopefully, in that thing. Because, I mean, tech, they just put in Doom Patrol, and I really like Doom Patrol. The episode there really introduced how Doom Patrol is. I think it's going to be, the show is going to continue to get better and better as as it just continues going on and on. So that's my hope in the next couple of next couple weeks. It keeps getting better. This time, and actually, the one thing I love about the show, it looks like they're going to start, trading and actually becoming the Titans. So that's going to be great.
Like the funny thing, like the thing about Titans, like the trailers made it seem more
One of the worst trailers I've ever seen. Believe me.
Like I even posted the promo screenshots of it once, so it looked like a screenshot for a horror game.
A very terrible Gen 6 tour, but as the show continued to go on, I mean, it just got better and better. It's just, come on, get, there it is. Yeah, it's got better and better. And, okay, we'll take you out. Alright.
I'm not lagging, but the YouTube is lagging a bit.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I'm just hoping YouTube is not going to, crap out like it did a couple days ago. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but hey, worst come to worst, ladies and gentlemen, we will be on Twitch. Twitch, Smashcast, and all the other places. So if worst come to worst, we will be still. Oh, excuse me, taking these things out, trying to be like Bowser in the last video. The last boss, like taking down Bowser or whatever. And, oh no! Move!
Well, there was one thing that's been on my mind for a while.
Yeah.
I know there's been Final Fantasy movies
Yes.
before, because those the animated movies, and there was even a attempt at a Final Fantasy anime called Final Fantasy Unlimited. So I've kind of been wondering what it'd be like if, say, a big budget Final Fantasy anime that, say, was a co-production between a Japanese studio and the Western studio.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Treat it as kind of the plots of any Final Fantasy game, where it has kind of its own plot line, and it's a epic. I'm kind of wondering what it'd be like if there was something like that. A big budget Final Fantasy anime that's a co-production between a Japanese studio and a Western studio.
Yeah. By the way, Tiptoe Turtle 01. Yes, in my opinion, this game is worth the $60 to $70 price tag. I think it's one of the. This game is fun, exciting, and all that good stuff. And to me, I wish that this game gets some more love, because it did do a I am the way they introduced Star Fox and everyone else here, it's very well done, and it's relaxing, and it can get a little bit monotonous. I think that's one of its main drawbacks, but most games are. But I really am having fun with this game, and I highly suggest you can play it. And by the way, if worst come to worst, you don't have the room for the toys, you can get this digitally from PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and I don't know why you have an Xbox One. People don't care about that console. I mean, it's I don't know what type of games they have for that console. I mean, the last thing I remember is maybe Cuphead. I mean, I think Sunset Overdrive, that game. Maybe that's probably the only one I can I can say, okay, I can get that or something. All right, take this out. But yeah, Dragon Slayer. I mean, what else is there for this? I mean, there's not much here. Not much in the Xbox One.
Oh, Xbox.
Yeah. Not much for the Xbox One. No games. I mean, unless you know, someone you know, give me a game or something, I really care. But yeah, Starlink, I hope this orbital period finds you well. All right. Just what we needed to upgrade these old sensors. All right, move that. It's up. And move on to this. By the way, are you going to see the movie Aquaman when it comes out?
I'm not sure. I might. I've heard that early reactions were decent.
Yeah, I heard they're actually pretty good.
Like, I'm sure Aquaman's gonna make a lot of money, considering, even though December's pretty packed, mainly because that movie, like those like only three, even though there's like a shit ton of blockbusters being crammed into December, there's like only three with like brand name recognition: the Spider-Man animated movie, the Bumblebee movie, and Aquaman.
Funny enough, Bumblebee is not tracking well. I'm like,
oh, it's not?
No, that's what I'm hearing. It could be wrong. I could be, you know, there could be something else. I mean, I'm surprised it's not, but I mean, but then again, I'm looking about it and say, you look at what's going on with the past couple of
Transformers.
Yeah.
Over 10 years of Michael Bay Transformers movies.
Oh, no! Bring back. I need to bring back the Alliance.
Yeah. Well, like, well, it is still only box office predictions, but like, it's not like I was planning to see Bumblebee, but I guess it wouldn't be surprising considering people. With Transformers 5, I guess we are kind of seeing audiences not getting tired of Michael Bay Transformers, even though
this is not Michael Bay.
From a different director, and it even seems like it's doing like visual redesigns.
And looks pretty much is going to be a reboot.
Soft reboot, as far as visually goes, because. Well, and as I was saying, like, well, in that case, like the two movies that are the only two movies I see likely to make money are the Spider-Man animated movie and Aquaman. Mainly because like the other competition just doesn't seem like it would.
And
appeal.
Surprisingly enough, Mary Poppins is not getting a lot of play. The Disney Mary Poppins Returns.
I forgot about Mary Poppins, but like I guess like not all Disney live action remakes or sequels seem to make big bank. Like it seems
Oh, great. I got
like a lot of live action Disney movies seem to not every live action Disney movie seems to make bank. It seems like it's only really makes bank when it's like a remake of one of the well-known animated movies. Like the Christopher Robin one did okay. Pete's Dragon I heard underperformed.
Yeah.
Jeez. And there's like also another movie that's coming out in December called Mortal Engines, which is produced by Peter Jackson, and it's going to be directed by a visual effects guy. Like, I don't see that getting much traction. Is it getting any traction, or?
Yeah, that's no, not really. Last I checked, it did not get much traction. I mean, there's some films that are getting traction, but there are some that's probably not going to get any play because of the, I don't know, the busy months, and I don't know what is the, I don't know what is the perfect way to do it. But then again, I hear only Aquaman was getting only 40 million. But then again, that's early, super early.
And also, and there is also how much it holds to take into account, because like, well, granted, this is a more tightly packed symbol, but like the reason Avatar made a lot of money is, despite opening with only 70 million, was that it had really had unreal holdovers. Like, it would only drop by a few percentiles, and Force Awakens had a pretty good holdover in which like it would only drop by half each weekend.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sea of Thieves is fun. Oh, okay, Triple Turtle. All right, okay. I will concede that point to you. I don't have an Xbox One, so well, eventually when I get one, maybe next year or 2 years from now, I'll be the first thing to play it. But yeah, when you look at the summer releases, there are some good stuff coming. There's some stuff there, but man, right now you look at it, you're like, you sit there, you're like, well, I'm not, I think Aquaman is, to me, I'm really pumped to see that, because I think Aquaman is going to be a very strong movie. I heard it's actually pretty good, so I think give it a chance. I think it will shock people. I think James Wan's going to really shock people how good he is at directing. So I think it's going to be a movie to shock people, and I honestly hope that this will give him more chances to direct.
Well, I think the thing with Aquaman is that I have a feeling there's probably going to be a novelty to it, mainly because of the underwater factor. Like how many movies do you see that have sections that take place underwater? Like, not like regular underwater, but like fantasy setting underwater. And
Yeah.
like, I also mean that from a visual effects standpoint, because they have like they have the hail make it look like it's underwater, and
looks like they took a lot of their time with this one. So here's hoping looks good. Same as I believe where they're looking to take time with the Flash. I hope that is going to be a good one, because I think you're taking their time with it, which is something I think a lot of DC fans will like. The problem was the rushing, and I think I'd rather have the old Shigeru Miyamoto saying, you have a good game is like eventually a good game is delayed, but a bad game, that's bad forever. You want to have you don't want to rush things. And let me just take this thing out, plug on.
I am still a little bummed out that I won't get to see Alita in December, but even though I don't know how that movie will end up, but at the same time,
yes,
December was a bad spot to move that movie to.
Yeah, and
although I wonder if February will do any better, because well, yes, Deadpool and Black Panther were highly successful. February. Also, the thing is, February also tends to be one of those movie dumping ground months. Like Deadpool and Black Panther will exceptional.
To anyone receiving this, I'm stranded. Help me.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. And considering it's November and it's coming out in February on Valentine's Day, that means it's like 3 months till the movie comes out. So when will we get another trailer for Alita?
I think Alita is a, what's the word I'm looking for? DOA.
Deep doo-doo?
Yeah, I think it's DOA at this point. It's a shame, really.
It's a shame because this may sound kind of like a little quickish of me, but I'm gonna blame James Cameron for this because this was a passion project he had wanted to do for a while, but he kept putting it off because he kept trying to work on material for like Avatar sequels that won't even come out until like over 10 years after the original came out. And the thing is, like, I've read read a good amount. Like, I haven't read all of the Alita manga. There's still a lot I need to read left of it, but like, I've read a good amount of it. It could have actually been made for a good movie. It's just like I think James Cameron was probably the only person who could have actually brought that movie to life. Brought that kind of movie to life, but like he kept putting it off because he would rather try to make Avatar sequels, to the point where like he decided that I'll just let some other director do it, and maybe I'll produce it. Well, granted, to be fair, it's not like he just drew it at the first director he found. Like Robert Rodriguez actually had to write a script that he was satisfied with in order to get the director project, but like I know Robert Rodriguez has his fan base at the same time.
Yeah, he is. I think he is one of the most underrated. Underrated, a bit overrated, but I think he is very good at what he does.
At the same time, like, granted, it's not. I'm granted, I am all for like underrated directors getting no big chance, but thing is, Alita's not like this mega well-known franchise. Like, it's pretty obscure even compared to other anime manga properties.
Yeah.
And like honestly, I think it would have been better off if, say, James Cameron had directed this movie, and if it had been made in time to be released before like 2015. Because I think now it's kind of too late, considering all the blockbusters Hollywood keeps trying to release. Like, I think if it had been released sometime before 2015, even with the first Avengers having to come out, I think there still would have been a novelty. Especially since it... Like, granted, Avatar came out like 12 years after Titanic, which was... And because James Cameron seems to take long gaps between his movies, but I think like, or maybe it's just like bad marketing. Maybe they just poorly marketed Alita. Maybe they thought just having produced by James Cameron was enough.
Yeah, shame.
Like again, I'm all for underrated filmmakers getting their big chance, but at the same time, I think with this obscure of a property being given such an insane budget, for an obscure property, this probably should have been a James Cameron movie.
Yeah, I think could have been James Cameron or someone like that.
Like, it would probably still have had the weird-looking manga, photorealistic manga eyes, because that was James Cameron's idea. But
yeah, I honestly think if Robert Rodriguez took full 100, if he was 100% behind it, he'd have dumped that stuff.
You gotta remember, Robert Rodriguez also likes to try to go for the looks like it's source material vibe, because like look at Sin City. That's a movie known for heavy digital effects because he, of course, he used effects to make it look like the common city. Which, granted, that was probably the only way to do a Sin City movie.
Yes, I agree. I mean, there were bits of color into it. It was probably the best noir movie to really. You were like, yeah. You're like, man, I really think this was probably the best way to connect. Not only connect with people, but I think the way it was, the characters and everything, the hard edge cop, the Morian McGinnis freelancer, and the the morally good cop, the unmoral like brute, and the mysterious type of dude who actually tries to help everyone else out, that sort of thing. And the way they did it was nicely in noir, so you had to give it props for that. But yeah, I think the whole.
And I'm not saying you can't do the manga eyes, because I honestly wasn't that weirded out by the manga eyes. But I think like almost everyone else, so it became me.
It just was a little bit of the uncanny valley. That's the problem. The uncanny valley.
Like, they could have just like made them like smaller, and I think people wouldn't have had as much of a problem if they were just a bit smaller. If that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit like that. A little smaller eyes. I think to connect with the people. I think that would have been the best way to really connect with everyone here, with everybody.
And like, maybe this is also James Cameron's doing, but like the movie, there's only 2 trailers, but like the movie looks all too PG-13ish, while the manga had a little bit more grit to it.
I think at that point, a PG-13 is probably the best way to.
Well, I guess not necessarily make it rated R, just like I kind of. Maybe this is just the trailers, but I think a little more grit would be kind of nice.
It looks a little too pretty.
A little too pretty, yeah. Because, like, the whole story of Alita is... The setting of Alita is basically, like, after this war with aliens, like, a lot of the Earth is basically in slums, like these slum cities of garbage and metal, and basically the elite 1% live in this floating, well, I say floating city, but like this floating metropolis type city. Well, I say floating, but like it's still only floating in the sense that it's designed to make it where like it's like goes high enough.
It reaches to the heavens.
High enough above the Earth to like where gravity of the Earth and part of it being in space keeps it in midair.
Reminds me of that movie with you know what it reminds me of? That movie. What was that movie called with I think Neil Blomkamp made. It wasn't
Elysium.
Elysium, yes.
Well, Alita is different from Elysium because it's a lot of it is about its main character who has like amnesia, and she's kind of trying to figure out who.
Why am I not surprised that in anime there's always at least one person that has amnesia? Just
funny thing is that the live-action Ghost in the Shell tried to do the amnesia route, and Alita, thing is, Alita probably would have been a better property to make a Hollywood movie out of than Ghost in the Shell. Because like even though I said it has grit in it, it does also have a lot of things that would have made it better suited for a Hollywood movie.
And quite honestly, I think I'm gonna say this. It just was to me way too much, and they tried to do everything to connect the. It didn't make it its own.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Ghost in the Shell, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It didn't make it its own. It was just like bland, boring lady RoboCop, and that was what it is. And I'm like,
it was basically lip service mostly.
and
like
that
even
and,
with like the choosing of the director, it's like, oh, Snow White and the Huntsman did decent enough. Let's give him Ghost in the Shell.
See those globs on its back?
all right, that is a Master Prime, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not fighting that. Just as it's like, okay, just so let's play. Y'all can see it. I'm not gonna fight it because I will probably take that hard out, and I don't want to do that.
I do wonder though if maybe a Ghost in the Shell live action movie could have worked if it was, say, directed by either a Spike Jonze or maybe an Alex Garland.
Or say David Fincher, if you want to go a little more crazier.
Well, I say Spike Jonze because, like, Spike Jonze is not... Well, Spike Jonze writes his own script, and Spike Jonze is known for the cerebral, or at least, like, intricate, introspective movies. Like, he's even done science fiction. He even did that Will the Wild Things movie, which is actually pretty good, in my opinion.
Definitely. I checked a bit out. I like some of it. It's fine, but I'm like, I could tell a little bit. It gets a little too high and mighty on itself. I
guess that's a fair criticism, but it is at least.
Then again, I never watched the full movie, so I'm like.
Well, like it is at least a case where, like, the extra, since it's based off a short story book, it's at least a case where, like, the stuff they add in to pad it out doesn't necessarily feel like filler. Like, it feels like it's actually trying to kind of be like a longer version of what Author tried to do with the book. Well, anyway, as I was saying, like, Spike Jonze also did Her, which had Scarlett Johansson in it, funny enough. Right?
Yeah.
The movie where it, like, takes place in the future, and Scarlett Johansson does the voice of a AI that some guy falls in love with. But...
Oh, Her.
Yeah, Her. I probably didn't pronounce that good because sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I feel you about that. But yeah, I heard about that. That's pretty decent movie. But yeah, I'm like.
Myself, I've heard great things about it. And I think Alex Garland might have also been a good choice for, like, a Ghost in the Shell movie if you were to try one, because, like, he has experience in science fiction. Like, he's made his two movies as far as science fiction. Well, I guess three, because apparently technically he was the one who directed Dredd, Alex Garland. Like basically kind of told the director what to do and stuff, and Alex Garland also was known for writing science fiction books before he got involved with screenwriting and movies, in which he wrote a lot of screenplays for. Like, he even worked with director Danny Boyle a lot of times.
Cool. He's getting a little bit of that to really learn from the best, and that type of experience. You can't really buy that.
Which I actually even wonder what it'd be like if, say, episode 8 instead of, like, Ryan Johnson, if it had been, say, directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland.
That would have been interesting. I don't know what they could still do. I wonder what they would do with Finn and I wonder what they would have Finn be important in the plot.
Granted, this scenario I was thinking of was, like, within another scenario where, like, what if Brad Moore directed episode 7 instead?
Yeah. But yeah, I look at something like just when you look at what's happened to Star Wars. I mean, heck, I honestly believe the reason why people are not liking Star Wars right now is because they're like, I think because it's massive franchise ruining. They ruined these certain franchises. I think the way they have take a look what they did with their video game franchises and such.
Oh yeah,
I mean EA. How many?
Yeah, out of all the greedy AAA publishers, they chose the most greedy of them all.
Oh, and even worse, they destroyed LucasArts. They pretty much destroyed one of the most a way of like making things in house. Instead, they just said, we could do what we want because hey, we're the mouse. But reality showed them.
I kind of wonder if LucasArts was kind of in the decline, but at the same time, being owned by Disney would have been a good, even if that was the case, being owned by Disney could have been a good save by the bell situation had they been kept. Because like, it seems the thing is like, I guess licensing out. They thought licensing out would have been cheaper than making the stuff in-house, but like, at the same time, Disney's like a multi-billion-dollar company, and it's just like, it just seems like Disney seems like the kind of company that would want to have this stuff in-house, made in-house. Like, look at Warner Bros. They have their own game studio publisher that they have other studio developers make the games, but they have like a WB game publisher that publishes the games.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the money is. They can be smart and say, hey, you know what? We'll just publish it. We'll come in and say this is our IPs. Look at the Lego stuff, man. They recently did the Lego DC Supervillains. I mean, heck, that really connected up. Wow, how long we do? Oh my goodness, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm gonna probably clean up more of it and probably head out, because again, I like doing these streams, but I'm a person. I'm not like certain other streamers who go like for 4 or 5 hours. I go like 2 to 3 hours maybe, and just sit back and just do something else, because I just I don't know, because just like way too long, like so, like I don't want to bring like continually talk type of stuff. But dang it, this game can do that to me, because it's this game is just so relaxing, so way it just really you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like for some reason it seemed like you cut out for a bit from my end.
It's probably some type of weird internet thing, probably. Okay, whatever. Let's see, whatever the stuff is. Where are you? I don't care. All right, what is it? Ooh, well, here you are, my little pretty. Oh, and got this.
Like, not to bring up Alita, like, I know I'd be bringing up Alita again.
Go ahead, man. This is your thing.
About, like, Alita could have been the perfect James Cameron, because, like, it does, like reading the, like, I'm sure, like, even though I'm sure James Cameron was probably responsible for getting rid of Grit, I guess, kind of more Avatar-esque, but, like when you look at movies like Terminator 2 and stuff like that, like,
yeah, pushing the value to a point of like, wow.
It's a similar kind of feeling of Grit, and like I'm not, like when I say Grit, I don't mean like ultra edgy, dark, gritty. I mean,
yeah, something that is
like
a way
cyberpunk type of Grit. Like, it feels like a cyberpunk metallic slum with all these, like, cyborgs and weird-looking cyborgs. And also, like, Alita... Well, I think another reason it could have been the perfect James Cameron movie is because, like, it is basically about young woman's journey, trying to figure out who she is, and she also happens to find that she has these martial arts abilities, I guess is the best way to put it. Like really advanced robotic martial arts. Like that in itself would have just made an interesting blockbuster in general, especially like the amnesia and like hoping like a brain, just a brain in a robot body.
Like, what is she? Who is this person? Why, what is, why she has this, that sort of thing. Who is this person? Why do we, why do we connect with her?
Oh yeah. And probably also another reason is because like I know like James Cameron likes to. I know James Cameron has said this himself. Like he likes to create strong female characters, and Alita is basically that. Alita is basically a strong female character in a good way.
Yeah.
Are you still? And probably and also just that Alita would have been and it does look like the movie still is going for the highbrow visuals, but like Alita concept of Alita and its world is a good opportunity to show off visual effects. Like I think at this point it seems kind of too. It's like it seems like they missed the opportunity to do big budget Alita movie.
It was way too much. They put like they're like it's way too much, and I honestly think they overspent too much money on it, and I don't think they're gonna get any good return on investment. And it's gonna be a shame because the real argument they're like, oh well, since our Alita failed, that means anime can't be anime is not profitable or as a movie and such.
Well, they are making a Hollywood My Hero Academia movie.
Yeah, I expect that to be like diet flavor, a diet flavor version of
Sky High.
No, it's gonna probably be a diet version of X-Men.
Well, I say Sky High because like that's.
Yeah, but that's Sky High was pretty much X-Men.
Yeah. Well, X-Men without the superhuman persecution.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I honestly think they could do something with the reverse. Like, with I think Baku, he hates these people who are like, oh, he don't have any powers. He has this negativity and such. That type of stuff, that type of prejudice that's in the world of that type of stuff, that prejudice of like, oh, you're normal, you don't have any power, you're not worthy of that. There's a story there, and you can see how that could be built up and how you could do stuff like that if you really want to do something there. And I don't necessarily think the My Hero Academia Hollywood movie will end up being good. Well, like, there's not even a trailer yet because it's just now been announced. So I mean, if you get the right people around it, any movie can be good.
Yeah, but like,
who's producing and such?
It kind of makes more sense than say a Ghost in the Shell movie because it's more relevant.
And not only that, it's a lot of people love superheroes right now.
Well, and just like My Hero Academia is a much newer anime that a lot of newer anime fans are aware of and know. Like even the My Hero Academia animated movie that we now.
Yeah, I think it beat.
This is limited theatrical releases, but like it apparently did pretty well.
It beat. It actually did so good and actually took down like took money away from the let's see, what was it the movie called? Oh yes, the Predator.
Oh yeah.
Took some
Well, the Predator ended up being a mega bomb in spite of costing only
80 million.
production alone.
More Starlink towers remain to be built.
Oh yeah.
You will need to find an appropriate location for it.
Like My Hero Academia is at least a more logical choice. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. It makes more sense than say. Not that I think a Death Note movie would have been doomed to fail, but like it's a more relevant choice than say a Death Note movie 10 years after the height of its popularity. Because like we all know what happened to that Death Note movie.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't blame the movie, everyone in the movie itself. You know what I blame? I blame the way it was directed, the way it's how it was done. They really did not know how to do the job right.
Honestly, if you were to do a Death Note movie, you really would need someone like, say, a David Fincher. Like, David Fincher probably would have been a better fit for a Death Note movie, especially since, like, David Fincher already has experience with CGI and motion capture, because he actually does use a lot of CGI, and he just is so good at hiding it well. And so, like, he probably would have done a really interesting take on Ryuk.
Oh yeah, I think it would have been something like, wow, Ryuk, and see how the how he how the character would grow, how he would look, that sort of thing. Yeah. Let's see.
And Death Note in general is a thrill ride, to best put it. And David Fincher is known for doing these intense thrillers that also make you think, like in terms of morality and stuff. And Death Note is a cat and mouse type thriller, well, like, the main character's a sociopath, but he's like so smart, and and the anime and manga present it in a way that makes it where you're rooting for this sociopath light Yagami, that it even makes you question your own morality in a way.
And the way they I think the way they made him in such an interesting character, and I honestly think the way they did it on the way they did it on Netflix is just a lot of people like really disappointed, because they were expecting the same type of quality, the same type of relevance that these characters would have. But the problem is they didn't know what to do. Wasn't updated to modern times. A lot of people, it didn't connect with the people.
Yeah. And especially considering these are like anime, even though it's more popular in the West than it was before, it still is relatively more of a niche market. So you do need to even though you have to bring in a new audience, you still need to make sure what's the word? You still need to be able to catch that old audience, because they're the ones who are gonna tell the new audience whether or not they should see it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like another thing about like the Netflix version of Light is that they try to make him like the typical teenager who's obsessed with the goal, while like Yagami in the manga and anime is someone who basically, to put it very scary way, Light basically sees women as tools, like something he can take advantage of. the cunning sociopath, if that what I'm saying.
Yeah, he is. He's a sociopath. And that's what, again, the movie is. Because, again, the problem is when you have a character like, you're like, oh, crap, how are we going to make him likable? How are we going to sit there and make this character a sociopath likable? That's the problem.
Well, the thing is, that note, it doesn't so much make likable, but rather how it tells the story makes it where you find yourself rooting for the sociopath because he's very intelligent. And, well, that's not the only intelligence that has parts to do with it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that he is the way he is portrayed is that he has that connection with the audience. The way of people like saying, wow, I mean, I like this dude so much that even though he is a big, villainous and such, it's the same thing, you know.
And to bring something else up, the Ghost in probably one reason the Ghost in the Shell live action can't do that well was probably because it was too late to do one.
It's never too late to do a movie. It's just that if you do it, you've got to do it.
What I mean is that it was probably in the height of its popularity much earlier, with because of the standalone complex anime.
Well, you could say the same thing about Aquaman. I mean, you could say the Justice League movie helped him, but let's be honest, Aquaman has not really been truly a multiple popular character. You know.
Well, you can kind of blame Family Guy for that.
No, not that, but I'm thinking about
not only reason, but Family Guy started the meme.
No, that thing started years ago before that stuff. You know, I was I mean, heck, that was when I was in the 70s, 80s and stuff. How Aquaman is lame. That's why they changed it up in the 90s in the comics and. Heck, and you saw his first appearance in Justice League. That was pretty much it. It was like they were trying to make him so cool and badass. And they just
Did you even say this is badass in the Aquaman trailer?
Yeah. That was badass. And I think he's more... They're trying to bring out that type of Thor-ish type of... he's trying to be cool like Thor, but yet more humble.
Yeah.
And I think that might work for him. I mean, heck, I liked him in Justice League.
I think the difference will be that purely because of the underwater fantasy aspect.
And hopefully it will actually connect more.
Because, I know you didn't like Thor Ragnarok, but, even though each Thor movie made more money than the previous one, it didn't seem like Thor really had much, the MCU Thor had much novelty to him until Thor Ragnarok, or rather hype. Is probably a more accurate word.
Heck, I think you can say for him is because after say I think Infinity War was his way of actually getting that type of hype and actually getting really good character wise. And to me the most frustrating thing about is of Thor. Ooh, thank you very much, guys, who took that out. Oh, thank you. Well, see, the Vigilante Squad took that out, so what am I going to do? Build another armory. No, observatory. I want to know where everything is. So I can map all the stuff here. That's the thing. You want to make sure you know everything around this planet. Now, before we do anything else, we just upgrade. See, look at this. Alliance. You see, Legion blocks Alliance growth because we still have all the other stuff here.
No thanks. I don't remember placing a request for that. Thanks to you, we've got a state-of-the-art facility.
There it is. We can hopefully see more. Oh, the Legion blocks it.
Did you by I forgot. I almost forgot. Did you by any chance see that emulation after hours?
Oh yeah, I did. It was a very engaging one, man. Really good stuff. And you added some more stuff about what Nintendo and you know, it's frustrating about that. In fact, I have an article. You know, a cool dude. He's in the server Discord. So Fox Corva. I'm gonna try to link it after. Link it to you because he's talked about that as well. Talked about that, and but yeah, it was like, you know, I sit there and I'm like, man, I think Nintendo is not in the same quagmire as like most of the stuff that's happening with other game companies or anything else, because I think Nintendo, at the end of the day, they still have proper IPs. They haven't run them into the ground or damaged them beyond repair like some companies have. Like, they have that type of...
And not to mention, Nintendo hasn't been trying to do the games as a service like other companies.
Yeah,
well,
the only real crime Nintendo has done is the way they treated them. I think they treated. I'm gonna say they're online. They have done a pretty piss poor job online.
Well, Nintendo's already been behind. Seems to have been behind when it comes to online. It's just that it seems like with the success with the Switch, they would have tried to do a better job with the online aspect, especially since this is a handheld hybrid console that is popular. And the thing about handheld consoles is, well, this is probably more true with like the newer handhelds in the 21st century. Although I'm then in the 20th century, but like the thing about handhelds is that you also wanna be able to connect with other people who have said handheld to play a game. Like it was something the DS did.
Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. Oh, dang it. Hate when that happens. I'm shocked that someone comes out of nowhere. Alright, that's it. You're gone. Right now? Sorry.
The fight looks very hard.
Well, you know, again, this is like one of the last, stuff before the main, mission. I think I'm almost at endgame content, but you never know. So I'm going to hopefully get that done. Not tonight. No. I just got to clean the rest of this stuff up. There's a couple planets out. That's what the plan is. I'm going to clean some other planets out. Then after that, we will, that's the plan, is clean them, those things out. And after we clean it out, right there, boom. You clean out the stuff, make sure it's, push the Legion back to its weakest state, and then attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Goodness. I hope I'm not, you might, hopefully if you do have a chance, but since on other consoles, PS4, Xbox One, and let's see if it's going to clean up a little bit more. Oh, it's still, okay, take this out. Okay, I'll take this thing out so we can clean up this air. Also, I like it's a little bit of the environmental message here. It's like cleaning up the smog and everything else to help. It's nice and subtle and such. So, not as subtle as most things are, but it's nice that have to hit it over and over and over again. About they're so evil as they're polluting the planet and everything else. It's not over. You don't hear it like every 5 seconds of dialogue and such. It's like, just to clean up the planet and that's it. I honestly think that if they
that kind of got me thinking about like the 2016 Ratchet and Clank remake game, well, like, they make it where, like, a character is saying something crazy every few seconds. Well, like, they even have quotes that remind you every time that you're almost out of breath when underwater.
Yeah, but I had to do that crank stuff. No, just like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of that, plus studying and all the other stuff this weekend, because it's going to be a very, very, it's going to be very interesting. The past couple of, let's see, clear out the rest of this stuff. How about one more observatory? So we can just clean out everything, clear out all the stuff, so we can just like, okay, now we know where everything is, so we can just build our stuff up.
We took out an extractor. It didn't stand a chance.
Ah, see, there it is. Look at this. I love that. Advanced, these, the legions and everything. You don't need to do anything. Just sit back. I love the way that happens. You sit back. You don't really need to do anything, and then they just take it out. And yeah, that's what it is. They take out the stuff and defend everything. So again, it's just I like games like that where you have the AI just do this to help you out and everything. It's not a hindrance. They're not a hindrance. They're a help.
Nice. Looks like a great spot.
And let's build up an observatory. And there it is. And let's see. Alright. Move it up. See if we can just do this. And there it is. See now, see the blocking the growth. That's just mean. Okay. See, deliver the items. Take this out. And now 100%. There it is, 100%.
Starlink database updated.
And that is how, let's see, right here. Oh, it's this little sliver. That's something. Okay. We take care of this little ant hive here. Get one more. Let's see. One more. What would you call it? Armory. And take. Get out. We're gonna wait. And boom. Nope. All right. See you later.
Controls are frozen.
Dang it. Super imps. All right.
I haven't seen this anime, but have you heard about the Goblin Slayer shenanigans?
Oh, I heard about it. It's through Twitter and everything around it. It seems very interesting. Something that a lot of people are saying is going to be good. I'm like, let me just wait and see how everything goes for, how everything is set everything up. So I'm like, okay, let me build, let me see how the series up. What if it's on like streaming or Crunchyroll, wherever the anime is and such. By the way, what do you think about before I forget, what do you think about these streaming services? These other streaming services and such. You think it's a good idea for companies to do that, or it's just going to continue to build up piracy and be a net loser for everyone? Because you see
I think it will continue to build up piracy, because I think the issue is that every company wants to have their own streaming service. Like, I can understand, say, Amazon or Netflix doing a streaming service, so I can also somewhat understand Disney having their own streaming service, because
or Warner Brothers,
they want to offer all of their content and well, probably make new content, but at the same time, that's still like a case of like one movie studio having its own streaming service. Like, does that mean Warner Brothers is gonna have its own streaming service soon?
Do you think it should, or? You know, I think it's probably is going to get its own streaming service. I think they're testing the waters with DC Universe, and I hear it's actually getting. I don't know the. Only I think the last people have downloaded everything else, but they haven't bought the service outright yet. I don't know the numbers yet. I don't know if we actually are going to find out the numbers, which something I'll probably talk in the Duke City Lounge if I can get the numbers. Because again, if I can find the good numbers for it, to see how it is. Because again, CBS, you know, with this All Access and such, it's not doing so well. I mean, heck, you got Star Trek not doing well. It's, you know, only 80. I think the last time I checked it was like what 80,000 people watched the latest new version of Star Trek. 80,000.
Well, like the funny thing about like Star Trek Discovery is that in spite of what CBS All Access and certain members of the media wanted to praise, Star Trek Discovery might actually be the least watched Star Trek of all time, according to that recent Midnight's Edge video.
Yeah, I saw that one, by the way. Yeah, I look at that, and by the way, they have done really good work. I would love to see if I can get an interview with one of those guys, but yeah, I see that the way they have. I mean, whew, I'm gonna say this: it's depressing how they have made something people want to go see and not really do anything with it. It's sad how Star Trek has become this scarlet letter. You know, it's become this like scarlet letter. You know what I mean? It's like no one wants to touch it. And it's a shame because there are so much stories they can do in the Prime or in the Calvin timeline. You know, there's stories there's stories there. And it's really sad that they just didn't know what to do with it. In fact, the original one, they did not when you want to put the originals, like, they're like, well, we are not going to have any reference to Captain Kirk or anything else there. That was their thing. They were going to say this is going to be our own little universe with this story and all this stuff. But when it was struggling, guess what they did? They brought in Spock. They brought in Captain Pike, and it's like that's, you know what? That was the death knell of that series, right?
They do what a lot of these type of shows do. They bring in a fan favorite type character so that they can say, look, this fan favorite character is going to be in the show soon. Don't miss this episode or season.
Kind of like what Warner Brothers did with Batman and Superman. Like, oh, Superman's not doing it. Just put Batman. Everyone loves Batman into it. I still say they could have just waited. And if they waited, you know, I think, again, the same thing here is that they just sat back and wait. I think they could have had a very positive, something like they could have something really good with the with this. You know, if they really tried and got all this stuff here, I'm like, if they really, really just you know, if they just tried to you know what I mean, right? They just said, okay, we made our mistakes, but we're going to try to get better. Here it is, a way to shift the show without Captain Pike, without all this stuff. And then people would have been like, okay, it's had a bad first season, but they're getting better, right? But no, they just panicked. They're like, oh, crap, we don't know what to do. Bring Captain Pike in. Bring Spock in. Bring these characters in.
Aren't they also going to try to go for like a comedic-esque tone, like what the Orville does, rather than, in spite of them claiming that this is going to be a darker, more mature Star Trek? Because they saw that Orville was getting more positive reception from from people who like Star Trek, so they're trying to imitate that now, from what I've heard, seen in the trailers at least.
Oh yeah, it's gotten a lot better. And my problem with it was I think a lot of people had like, there were some episodes that just started off, just did not start off very strong. But I think it got better over time. And that's the thing is like, that's when the series is like, that's when when the series is doing well is actually the way it connects to people. The way it connected with people, that's what it is. The way it connected with people with its sincerity. And that's what the Orville has. And what the
location of the extractor that was linked to this one. Marking on your map now.
Where Orville had that connection and Star Trek Discovery didn't.
That's a funny thing about Star Trek Discovery is that like before any of the trailers came out, people were originally wondering if it was like I haven't really watched much of the original Star Trek show. I've mostly seen the Next Generation.
Me too, and I've watched mostly DS9 and a bit of Voyager, and I stayed away from what was it? Enterprise for my health, because if I watch that anymore, I just scream internally and such every time, because I honestly think Archer is the worst captain of the entire thing. And I'm really sad because when I've watched the first 2 episodes, I was like, when I watched the first 2 episodes, I was all in on the new Star Trek. I was all in. And I was like, man, this looks really fun. It looks good. But, I like the captain. I was like, why couldn't we have this captain in Enterprise? Why couldn't we have a captain like that people seem to really like and care for? Someone like, that cares for his crew, has a little bit of that wit and humor and all that good stuff. Instead, we get stuck with Michael and such. And I'm like, okay, she's a human-born Klingon. I'm like, all right, what else?
Well, I thought Michael was Vulcan.
Yeah, no, she's human. She's a human Vulcan.
I thought you said Klingon.
Yeah, no, she's a human Vulcan. Human that was raised in like a Vulcan because her parents were killed off by the Klingons, who didn't have hair for some reason and looked like a mess, and they just keep redesigning over and over again, trying to be intimidating, but at the end of the day, they're almost like they look completely laughable. Did you see the new Klingons from Star Trek Discovery?
I saw images of them. One day, the Klingons that they were trying to make metaphors for, like
the Russians and such.
Russian and Donald Trump, the Star Trek Discovery Klingons. Like the original Klingons, they were metaphors for Russia, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They were
While with Star Trek Discovery, they were trying to make the Klingons a metaphor for like the Donald Trump era. Then they have like a Donald Trump. I haven't seen Discovery. I've only seen reviews of it, but then they have like a Donald Trump as
not Klingon, but just really forceful. And it was just
funny thing is, like, didn't that Klingon leader get his brain placed in a human discovery?
Yeah, here's the real sad part of that is that the plan fails because Michael and the captain, of course, are the only 2 people they actually sent into this dangerous mission. I'm like, that's one thing I don't get about Star Trek, is that they always send the captain. They always, I'm like, if it's the first officer, I'm okay with that. I'm like, it actually makes sense. The first officer, you know, the first officer.
I guess they want the captain to be like active in the mission.
I mean, you know, you don't need to have the captain be, you know, around to be active and such.
Anyway.
Personally,
Well,
that's what I say.
Can I? Well, I wanted to get back to topic of what I was gonna say earlier, but like.
Go ahead.
The funny thing about like Star Trek Discovery is that like people were wondering if it was gonna take place before any of the trailers or any of the news about the plot came out. People were wondering if it was gonna take place during this era of like this important war that took place before the original series. Mainly because especially with CBS, or like, was it CBS or Paramount who tried to take down that fan film?
NXR. That was Viacom. Yeah.
Yeah, CBS, I think. Because they were trying to take down, and that was Xana or
NXR. Yeah.
And I saw people wondering if maybe it was because Star Trek Discovery was supposed to take place in LA, but that turned out to not be the case later on. And like if you see and those midnight edge videos, like they even mentioned how like Brian Fuller, the original showrunner for the series before he got fired, had a different plan for Discovery. Wasn't it like supposed to be like an anthology series, or like it was supposed to be different from what Discovery ended up being.
Yeah, and he didn't have to steal, IP. I like that type of stuff. Like, I'm like, wait.
Oh yeah. Like I've mostly seen Next Generation, but since when were warp drives powered by creepy alien things?
Well, it could have been worse actually. In the original series, I'm not making this up. They were actually going to put whales in like the whales, and like in the next to the engine. Say they have, because whales have pretty much the the best the negotiation, the best way to find things and stuff. They're great navigational creatures. I'm not making that up, by the way. That's what they really wanted to put like whales in the show. I'm like, wow. But that was in the 80s, and it was like people love whales back in the 80s. I mean, they really loved whales back in those days. So, yeah. So it was.
Talk about the original Star Trek. That was probably 60s.
No. I'm talking about the Next Generation.
Oh, Next Generation.
Sorry, I didn't make that clear. I'm sorry.
But I still find it funny that they apparently use some creepy fungus alien thing. Sorry, I still find it funny that not only did they have warp drives powered by weird fungus alien looking things, but they totally ripped it off from like an indie game.
Oh yeah, I'm like, wow.
Some of the characters from this indie game, even like some of the characters in Star Trek Discovery have similar appearances to characters from this indie game, apparently. Like, that's kind of funny.
That's just, to me, sad. That is sad.
I thought it's the funniest case of coincidence ever, or somebody came across that indie game and thought they could just take ideas from it, since it was as far as they were concerned, some obscure indie game. That's just crazy.
Word is sad, my friend.
Yeah.
And it is, how you look and say, how can that happen? this is, these are big companies, and big companies have these type of, such. And now look what we have.
Yeah.
The Prime, which is not that powerful. See, again, we drove it down, made it smaller, made it weaker. That's the best thing to do. And
Well, they keep hiring. This will sound kind of rude, but they keep hiring hack writers who aren't really that creative. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like the guy who's in charge of the Star Trek franchise, didn't they get the guy who wrote the J.J. Abrams movies?
yeah, that's from the Calvin Town line.
I don't even hate the J.J. Abrams.
No, I think they're pretty good. I mean, the first one I thought was decent.
Like
Second one was okay.
Well, this will sound odd to people, but I remember enjoying the second one. But from what I've heard, people thought the second one was stupid because of the ripping off of trying to
Khan.
Yeah, but in reverse. See, it's like Wrath of Khan, but it's in reverse.
Yeah, I think they didn't need to do that. They really didn't need to do that.
And wasn't there a whole thing with some people didn't like Benedict, the idea of Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan? This was just from I heard from one person, but I once heard that Khan was played by a Hispanic person, or
No, yeah, I think he was, but I think a lot of people. I think the reason why no one liked him because it was just he. I mean, it was really. I think people were pissed off mainly because it's not going to be Khan. It's not going to be. It's going to be. I'm like, no, it's Khan.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing, and I think Burnham Cumberbatch did a pretty dang good job.
The Hispanic part I heard from one person a while back, but I know that reason people weren't fond of Khan was because Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan was because it was, from what I've heard, it was a predictable twist that they tried to treat as if it wasn't going to be a predictable twist. Well, not only did they keep it extremely secret, but in the movie they also have it my name, Khan, as if that's supposed to be really shocking to you, as if that's supposed to be really important to you, for as in son, if you haven't seen Star Trek, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was a really bad look, a really bad take. Really bad take. Hey, look, we cleaned out the entire planet. Huzzah. But before then, let's do this, the Living Swarm. And after that, we're going to pretty much be done here, ladies and gentlemen. And hope you like it. If you do, follow me on click that follow bell or click that, the subscribe button, bell, whatever these things are.
Another funny thing about the J.J. Abrams Star Trek is that it wasn't it also kind of a Star Wars demo reel? That's what I thought some people describe it as.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually real. There's even R2-D2 apparently makes a cameo in J.J. Abrams Star Trek. When they're warping to the area where they hear a distress signal and they stop and see all the destroyed ships. Apparently, if you look closely, you can see R2 gliding through space from afar. I'm not making that up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. Okay, I'm just still trying to get this last mission thing. Okay.
I'm not too loud, am I?
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I have to do some other stuff here.
Oh, no.
All right. More platforming.
Expedition. You sure it's not his hair?
Yeah, Mason's hair is pretty great.
I like how in zero G doesn't even move. Pretty
Yeah.
sick.
No, wouldn't it, like, this is bringing the Star Wars back up again, but wouldn't it have been interesting to say instead of there being like a Snoke figure, if Kylo Ren had been the main big bad to begin with, and like don't reveal his identity till like episode 8? Wouldn't that have been cool?
What?
Like instead of there being a Snoke figure, if Kylo Ren had been the big bad to begin
Oh yeah, I
with.
think that would have been better as a way to just. I know it would be like, oh, you're copying from Star. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, but copying probably. But I think at the end of the day, it would have been a better.
And I think it would have even made the identity, the reveal of him being Han Solo's son would have.
Yeah, I thought that was more fan fiction like. Personally, I wish they could have done. Here's what I wish they could have done. I wish they could have just had Han. If they're going to kill off Han, okay, fine, kill him off, murk him off.
Well, like what they probably. I think. Well, I honestly I don't think him being Han's son was a bad idea. Just like it probably would have been a better idea to keep that hidden until the 8th movie, and then like that's when you kill Han. Like have it like maybe Han realizes that he can't save his son. Realizes that his son is.
He's gone.
Like basically, basically have Han and Leia have their suspicions because they haven't seen their son in a while and they thought he was dead. But like,
and besides,
Han, like,
build it up for.
And then have this reveal and Han not only confirm Han's suspicions, but have him realize that his son is far gone, and like maybe Han tries to kill his son, but like
try to help him, but in the end he.
And then stops them in the blaster, and then this is more an idea from the YouTuber I listen to too, but like have it where like Kylo Ren kills the Han Solo with the blaster shot, like you know how in Force Awakens Kylo Ren was able to stop that blaster shot in midair.
Yeah.
Like do that, but like have it where like using the Force to slowly push it through Han's body. If that makes sense.
This is our chance to defeat the Legion.
We should finish the mission.
Are you still there? Or I know I keep asking that. What are your thoughts on that idea?
I think it was interesting. I think it would have. The thing is, I think the idea. I think they should have been like, you see the movie Winter Soldier. That should have been the next Empire stuff. Like you build it up as them as the underdogs. You don't know what's going on. Heck, have them go through the movie trying to convert Kylo Ren in this way, the Dark Lord and everything. And that.
Then probably should have been.
And then by 8, you have them fight it out, and then finally at 9, they have the Empire, but yet you have the way of building back up. You have the Empire, everything's good, then everything's lost again, and maybe at the end of 8 or whatever, but you have hope though. That's the thing. And have, again, that's what I want to see. Have characters and such. Oh, by the way, there's some story elements here. Story elements here on the I like the animation here. It looks nice, and I would say this. I would like to see this looks like something that could have been a cartoon or something like that, as a Saturday morning-esque cartoon series. That's what I like about this. It could have been a Saturday morning cartoon.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's a
Yeah, if you heard anything in the background, I have a fidget spinner for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this look. Like I only seen bits and pieces of the story, but like this looks interesting. Like something a lot more interesting than what No Man's Sky had to offer.
And now the evil woman is now basically trying to take over.
So,
Oh, you
do you think they're gonna try? Like, do you think J.J. Abrams is gonna try to pull some backstory for Snoke out of his butt for Episode 9, or are they just gonna ignore that again? So there are actually rumors that not only is Snoke gonna have some kind of appearance in Episode 9, but that so will Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine for some reason in Episode 9.
I'm stranded. Help me.
It's working. The swarm retreats back into the core when you destroy the Cyclops.
I think it, by the way, I'm still trying to play this game, so that's why I'm quiet. I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure everything is all right.
Bit off a bit more than I could chew there. Much obliged, friend.
Let me just repair you. But yeah, I think a way of helping out, I mean, a well cool way to do. God dang it. But yeah, I think a really good way for J.J. Abrams to get some people like Star Wars again is to make it simple, make it easier to do, have Finn have something to do, because quite honestly, all the potential and everything else has been wasted.
Yeah. Well, like, I have a feeling that Episode 9 is not going to be that simple, because, like, I mentioned this just now, but, like, there's rumors that not only is Snoke going to have some kind of appearance in Episode 9, but so will Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, which is weird, because Palpatine's dead. And this is also supposed to be a 3-hour-long Star Wars movie.
I will absorb the swarm.
Apparently.
They will become part of the collective known as Judge.
Yep. I guess because they think because Lord of the Rings was 3 hours long each, that they can do that.
We came to Atlas, hungry for a
Oh, now we get backstory to Judge. That's nice. Even though this is still, I do like the animation, but I wish they could have been more fluid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to the point. Star Wars should have done something more, but I don't think the band is too tarnished. Episode 9 has a lot of writing on it.
Yeah, the big thing I'm wondering if Episode 9 is gonna have something so silly and weird in a bad way that the media is gonna try to blame fans on it for complaining about Episode 8. Good. I already suspect that if that happens, that's something they'll do.
Sorry, Mason.
I say that because, like, thing is, companies tend to not understand what their audience wants.
If it makes you feel any better, I managed to track down
If that makes sense.
Don't know if that's something that interests you, but I'll send you the coordinates.
All right, let's finally get the Sacred Secrets, and then we'll finally. Let's see, where's these secrets? Let's see, where is it?
It's about 12 o'clock where I'm at. Like, I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay. You know what? After this, and it'll be quick. So it'll be quick, and after that, and then we're gonna pretty much be done. Cause it's 1 o'clock here. Holy crap! 3 hours. Holy. Oof.
Oh man. You ended up doing a 3-hour-long stream.
Yeah, this game is just hypnotic. And my cat is even sleeping. Look at him. He's like, if he's watching, he's like, this is so tired. He's bored. Don't tell me this thing is gonna freeze now. No, it's not freezing. It's just loading. Come on, there you are. Okay, Ashar, Karik. Okay. But there's no one there. There's no one literally here. It's back in the other planets. And after I had to take down all those other planets.
Correct. Let me see. Reading nominal Legion signals from here.
Nothing.
Looks fairly safe.
Yeah, see, there it is. I have cleaned out most of the stuff here. Then pretty much we're going to finally finish out the Fox missions next time. And after that, let's see.
On the last canister. This is it, guys.
We've seen everyone's dossier. Except
All right, let's see.
Right. Do you want to listen to this alone, Mason?
All right.
no, it's okay. Let's hear it.
Equinox data recovery.
Last one, my friends, and we're going to end it off right here. So sit back, relax, and here it is.
St. Grant personal log. Subject, Mason Rana.
So do you think that Final Fantasy VII remakes are going to get made? Or?
It'll probably get made by 2024.
Well, Nomura has said that after Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy VII will be the next priority.
Only hope. He will succeed where I once faltered. The Equinox is
But that does kind of make me wonder, what are they going to do for Final Fantasy VI? Like, are we going to have to wait for the PS5 to even...
Probably. And funny, I'm about to get a PS4 Pro if things go according to plan. I'm surprised that they could have. I'm surprised. When that thing comes down.
Don't let all that brilliant hope stuff go to your head. Okay?
Like, they will probably never do this, but, like, honestly, for Final Fantasy 16, I think they should kind of go back to basics in some areas. Like, maybe try not to go for the most ultra-realistic graphics ever.
But yeah, a little more cel-shaded, more stylized realism and such. But
like, I did that because, like, Final Fantasy 9 was kind of something similar to that. Like, like, granted, PS1 graphics, but, like, Final Fantasy 7 was kind of started the trend towards more realistic looking graphics. Well, more so 8 because they figured out the 3D stuff, but with 9 you had a more cartoonish art style, and even like gameplay wise they borrowed more from like the pre-7 game. Like, for instance, a party of 4 instead of just 3, and other elements, just like just the tone and feel of it. Like, I think it'd kind of be nice if they kind of did something like that with Final Fantasy 6. Like, kind of a cel-shaded as graphics, and maybe that kind of. But like, maybe even have it for the Switch, as kind of. Maybe not a Switch exclusive, but have it be on the Switch as well as like a little callback to Final Fantasy originally being Nintendo platforms. But I don't think they will do that. Mainly because I think they'll probably try to make it a super big, expensive game.
yeah. All right, let me just take this Ant Colony Empire out.
Like, even now, like, I'm kind of wondering, for Final Fantasy 16, are they gonna make it an action RPG like the 15, or are they gonna do something else? Because the only reason Final Fantasy 15 was an action RPG is because it was originally just a spin-off with and it was originally going to be a spin-off with Kingdom Hearts inspired combat. Like, the final product isn't as Kingdom Hearts inspired, it's more button mashing, but
yeah. But yeah, you know what? Sorry for interrupting, but I think
it's okay.
Just that stuff. You know what? We're gonna end it off right here. I think we did a pretty good job. You know what? Upgrade this a little bit. Thank you so much for being here, Dragon Slayer. It's been nice talking to you. And now, since this works, I think this is something we're going to try to do more often. If not, maybe other people can come into the live stream and do other things and other this stuff right here. And, you know, that type of stuff. So, thanks so much, Dragon Slayer. And let's see if I can update one more. Oh, no. That was great. One more time. And there it is.
Like, I always like talking to people for some reason.
But that's good. Connecting with people, that's always a good thing. But
I think it's mainly because I didn't have that many friends when I was young. Well, not so much that people didn't know who I was. It's just never had that many friends. Like
yeah, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna shut it off right now. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for Dragon Slayer, for being here. Thanks so much for Trip Turtle 01 and everyone else who came in and everything else here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for just, you know, liking, subbing, and doing all that kind of stuff. It's Dukect here. Peace and love. We'll see y'all when I see y'all later.